You may know me as Coach Megs or Coach Megan, but I wanted to share with you today an interview that I did with my client. Reuben Brooks is in California and he is a multipreneur, meaning he owns multiple businesses, and I assist him and have been for over a year now with his business needs virtually. If you don't know what exactly that entails, please click the link below to go to my first video, which is an intro on what I do and what I offer. Other than that, let's get to it. Interview with you to kind of just talk about the process and how we came about really working together as far as on the business side of things and the things that I take care of for you and what that looks like for you as far as time management. And for about a little over a year, I've been helping you. Tell me a little bit about where you were before we started working together.
Yeah, before the business was growing. And the truth is, I just couldn't find the time to operate all aspects of my growing business as efficient as I wanted it to run, while still wearing all of my different hats that I wear in the business. And so the biggest challenge for me at the time was I needed to stay in my space of genius, my creative genius for the business. I need to be operating the business. I need to be directing the ship and taking care of big blocks in my business. And what I found out is that I'm spending a lot of time doing something that could be delegated and delegate to somebody who actually enjoys doing the work that I didn't necessarily enjoy doing. And some of the things that I didn't necessarily enjoy doing is check-ins for my clients, and also making sure all of my numbers on the back end are all accurate with my client pipeline situation. So making sure I'm in communication with my clients when their program is going to end, before they end, having a process for that, having a process for updating client programs before they end, and just making sure that my clients are fully taken care of. Now, I love taking care of my clients, but at the same time, that work can become monotonous. And I felt like, it was repetitive at the same time. And I needed to direct my focus and my energy to moving the business forward in different aspects. And I was like, I need to bring somebody on board. Now, I know you, I know our communication. I know that you're always on point with doing your check-ins and you're data driven. So I like your determination from just your personality at the very beginning. And so I was like, well, Megan would be a really great fit because she loves numbers and she doesn't quit. And so I was like, okay, let me just see if she would be interested in helping me out and helping me do some of the things that I don't necessarily like to do in my business. And yeah, we got in contact with each other and I showed you how my systems were operated. You helped me manage that even further. Now they're running even better than it was before when I was doing it, because I was managing my time going back and forth trying to do it, which lowered the quality of my work. But now that I've delegated that out, the quality has even risen even higher, because your job is to do this one thing and you did it really well, and you're currently still doing it very well. So that's where I started at.
Thank you so much. And yeah, I will say that it has been really easy working with you because I know that I can send either an email or a text message and say, hey, I have a question about this, or hey, I know that we've briefly discussed this, but is there a certain way that you want me to dive in and do, a certain thing a certain way? Let's say check-ins, I want to make sure too that it's from your brand, because your brand is who you are. So I want to make sure that whenever I'm communicating with your clients, you have done a great job of letting them know, hey, I hired a head coach, which is me, to come in and facilitate those check-ins so they know that it's coming from me. But at the same time, I want it to still be on brand because this is your brand and your business. Right. So I love that it's been really easy to communicate and, having that open communication and being able to just discuss things and bounce ideas back and forth. is something that I've loved, with our interaction together. What would you say was the major shift when you hired me? What was the biggest shift in your business? Because I know you own multiple businesses.
Yeah.
So what was your biggest shift once you hired me as far as your time, your efficiency, those type of things? I know you said the level of quality increased, but talk
Yeah.
about the time that it created for you within your business.
Yeah, well, that was one of the biggest things that I got my time back to focus on different elements and different aspects of my other business and to also move the business forward because I was busy working in my business, not on my business, and doing check-ins, making sure the pipeline is all good and accurate. Those are things that need to be done in the business, no doubt about it. But if you're the CEO, you should be delegating this to somebody else so that you can spend time focusing on the higher aspects of the business and directing the ship. Your business is your ship. So that allowed me to get my time back so I can do bigger things, bigger projects, move forward with the business, set bigger goals because I'm not working on those activities anymore. I have somebody else who's really good at it and actually enjoys it do it for me.
With check-ins, just for anyone who sees this testimonial, yes, I am replying to check-ins. However, if there's ever an issue that I think you need to handle or your expertise is needed as the business owner, or if there's a in-depth question that I feel you should answer, I always bring it to him and I say, hey, this client has this specific question. Either you can tell me how to respond, or hey, I think you may need to schedule a little bit of conversation with them.
He did a really great job with communication for sure, because, it's not just me heading over all of my work to you and say, hey, go figure it out. Right. So if
Right.
anybody that is watching this interview right now who thinks that that's not how it's going to work, there's clear communication. I'm the brain of the business, so I have the ultimate final say, but I'm directing it and I'm making sure everything is staying on brand. And I'm communicating with you and saying, hey, this is how I would like to have it done. Here are the steps to do it. And so I had to do my job of writing down the steps, writing down the order, making sure we're going through trainings so that you know the inner workings of my business. And then you just helped relieve a lot of the pressure that I had internally with the business. And I think that if any business owner is watching this right now, that relief of pressure is really what I think that you're looking for so that you can go ahead and do more things with the business.
Yeah. So, in turn with that question, that was a great segue to my next question, by the way. He has not heard any of these questions before I asked them. I
Yeah.
just put them on the spot. I didn't even give them to him to review. So, let's talk about the trust factor, because there
Yeah.
is a lot of trust that goes into, and like you said, it's not just handing it over, but trusting that someone can do it at the level that you need it done and that
Yeah.
your brand requires. So, let's talk about the trust factor that you and I have built.
Yeah, because there's information that everybody doesn't need to see, right? So there's a level of trust that you and I have to have in order for the business relationship to work. And at the end of the day, that this is a relationship with each other. I get to work with you on a weekly basis. You get to work with me on a weekly basis. We chill, we talk, we have fun, we crack jokes, but at the end of the day, it's still a working relationship, which is really cool. So the level of trust for you to take over certain elements of my business, I had to come to terms with it and say, okay, this is how I do it. Even if it's not 100% accurate, like I would do it, if it's at least 90% done the way I want it to be done, I'm actually happy with that because I can get more work done faster. It's still an A, right? It's still a 90 is an A, right? So as long as I have A test scores, then I'm good. I'm moving forward. Sometimes even B pluses, and I'm also cool with that too, because at the end of the day, I need to be focusing on the main things and the main elements of my business. So just in order to get things done at a degree where I'm actually happy with, and also not just me, right, but the client is happy with, because that's the most important part. That's the person that we are serving. We're essentially the business is for them, right? And so as long as they're happy, you're happy, I'm happy, we're good.
Yeah. When it comes to correction, and I
Hmm.
promise we're almost done, but when it comes to correction and giving me not criticism so much, but a corrective action to make, or if there's some changes that need to be made. When we communicate that, would you say that that goes smoothly? Would you say that I'm open and receptive, or would you say that I'm like unbearable to work with? I already know the answer.
Horrible. No, I'm just playing. No, you're amazing because number one, you're there to support me. So you're not there to tell me how to do my business better. And honestly, sometimes you do, which is actually great, but they're just suggestions, right? So, how I have my business ran is from my vision, right? And so I have to share my vision with you so you can see the direction that I'm going in. And so once you see my vision, then you can add to it. And, and basically that's just how it works after that. You see the vision, you see where I'm directing the ship, and then you go with me. Right. And then we communicate and we work with each other from there to make everything successful and make it all happen. So yes, you're 100% receptive. I'm not trying to mold you into something. You are your own individual. So you have your thoughts and we bounce ideas off of each other, which makes it even better because as the CEO, as an entrepreneur, I can only do so much with the thoughts that are in my head. But if I can bounce ideas off of somebody that's actually inside of the organization and has experienced things inside the organization, you can help me validate my own thoughts so that I can make even more accurate decisions to make the business more successful.
I know from time to time, I know if I see a recurring theme in check-ins, I'll often tell him, hey, I noticed that this is a common question, maybe ask, maybe you could create a piece of content around it, to widen
Yes.
your audience or things like that. So there's definitely some value I try to offer. I love puzzles and I love to try to fix things and make them work cohesively. So I really appreciate you allowing me the time to cultivate this and to really help you with your business, because your success is ultimately what I'm after. I want you to
Hmm.
grow and I want your business to grow and flourish. Is there anything else that you want to add at this point?
Yeah. I think that what you just said, your success is ultimately what you're helping me out with. Anybody who's listening to this, that is a very genuine statement. Megan's purpose is to help you become successful with your business. It's to help take you to the next level. That's it. It's to relieve that pressure. Once that pressure is relieved, then you can go on and go to the next level, right? But you can't get there until you have somebody who actually truly cares about you that's working with you in your corner, right? And once you have that element and that is down pat, then you can take the next step and level up and be the boss, right? Because if you're working in your business, you're not the boss yet, you're a manager, right? Megan is the virtual assistant manager. That's her position. So give her that position so that you can be the CEO and you all work together and steer the ship together. She's right here beside me. She sees where I'm going. She's right here co-captaining everything for me. And that's how the business works.
And virtually too, because you're in California, I'm in Texas.
Yeah,
So
virtually.
it doesn't matter
Yeah.
where you are in your business. If you are ready to get everything cohesive and get your back end systems in check, it definitely can help you out. And with that being said, I also want you to know that your business is your business. I'm not here to take
Yes.
over your business. I'm not here to try to stray your business a certain way. I'm here to assist you, which is Fit Assist Pro. I'm here to assist you in growing your business and really for you to become the entrepreneur that you want to be. So thank you so much, Reuben, for taking the time to do this with me. I really, really appreciate you so much. And yeah,
Thank
that's
you.
it. Thank
Thank
you.
you, Megan. I appreciate you.
All
Bye.
righty. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope that you found value in it and that you really get a sense of what I have helped Coach Brooks with. If this is something that you're interested in, there is a link to have a conversation with me in the description below. Please feel free to click on it, schedule some time to meet with me, and maybe I can help you free up some time so that you can grow and scale. I hope that it's a blessed and fantastic rest of your day. Bye guys, we'll see you in the next one.